Hey everybody, it's Stock Picks by Tim, and today I'm going to get into a couple of stocks I've been watching, and I highly recommend you look into these over the weekend. But I'm going to get into Nio, Senseonics, Volta, Palantir, SoFi, and Matterport. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. I put out daily videos, and let's get into Nio first. So, Nio, down 10%. It's time to add. I added a little bit of Nio today here. Don't really talk about this one on this channel. I do have a very small position. But I did add another 5 shares today. Under $20, I feel like it's great to add in. Now, I think it's an overreaction. The earnings came out, EPS missed, as you can see on the screen. Revenue slightly beat. I'll leave you guys a card up above somewhere for their full earnings, and this is like an hour and 45-minute video, but I cut it into about 55 minutes because it goes into both languages, so I had to cut that out last night. But definitely check that out if you're into Nio. They slightly lowered their guidance, which I think is possibly a reason this dropped besides missing the EPS. They cited supply problems and mentioned that there's about 1,000 chips in every Nio vehicle, and about 10% of those chips are experiencing supply problems from time to time. They also said their sedan, the ET7, is going to be available late 2022, and they're also expanding to Europe in late 2022 as well. Now, if you zoom way out on the chart, you'll notice we bounced down here. After we had our 2020 run here in June, we kind of leveled off, found a bit of a plateau here, and this is where we're finding support, quickly bounced from there, and we're on our next step up. I think short-term Nio could definitely continue downwards, test lower levels, but I do love it right now, and I love adding it at this current price. I think long-term, as long as you're patient and get through these supply issues, you know, Nio's going to be a great stock to own long-term, and we're going to see massive gains from it. Next up, I want to talk about Senseonics. Now, I talked about this one a couple of videos ago, and I think this is a great time to add in. We're right here under $2, and I think while it's under $2, I'm loading the boat. And now in February, their eversense 6-month CGM was approved, and we're going to see revenue from that really soon. I think we're going to have to wait a couple of quarters before we really start ramping up that revenue, but I definitely expect Senseonics to have a huge revenue increase over the coming years, and I think it's a great time to get into this one. Now, as for another retail favorite, Palantir. A lot of YouTubers talk about this one. I try not to talk about it too much. I do have a small position in it, and I think it's great to add into it. We did hit a base of about 1050 before starting to push higher. If you're going to be patient on it, wait for it to come back under 11, test 1050. If the market does turn and start falling back down, we're going to test that level probably, that 1050 area. I honestly don't think that Palantir is going to come under 1050. We may test that area. Now, if you really love Palantir at about 20 bucks, 25 bucks, why not love it at this price? I think it's very close to its bottom at 1050. It is trying to hold this roughly $13 resistance as a support. We'll see where it goes next week, but keep this one on your radar as well. Next up, I want to cover Volta or VLTA. Now, this one has been trading in its nice ascending channel here, and we're kind of hovering on this bottom level of it. Now, I'm definitely loving Volta right now, also considering EVgo, and I'll leave you a link below for their earnings. We're still waiting on Volta's earnings. Was delayed, so I think that caused this to come down just a little bit more, but I think it's in a great time to add in. And I've said before that I've been adding this one preferably over ChargePoint, and I still think that's the same case, even though ChargePoint's down pretty good today. I would want ChargePoint to come down a little further before I were to add more. But I do think Volta is a great time to add in, and same with EVgo, but I'm still looking into it a little bit further as far as EVgo goes. Now, as for Matterport MTTR, I am adding to this one, and I'm just about fully built out on this one. And we are trying to hold this 770 level as a support. It was previously a resistance. Before that, it was a support, so it's been kind of flipping. But I'm looking for this to continue to hold as a support before pushing higher. I'm pretty much built out on this one, but this is my metaverse play, and I think it's going to do very well over 2022 and 2023. Now, getting into SoFi, I love this one while it's under $10. They did get approved for their banking charter, and this is going to add to their potential customer base. Now, it does seem like $10 has become a bit of a resistance level. So one way you could play SoFi is if we get rejected at 10, you could play it for a quick put, i.e. short it just for a couple of quick points, get in and get out. And if you see it break that $10 level, you can go in with the call, ride that quickly, get in and get out with that, or hold it longer term if you feel the need. Now, if we do come back and test lower supports, we're looking at about $8. If this does come down there and break it, we may fall further. So keep an eye on that $8 level and keep an eye on that $10 resistance. But like I said, you know, if we break 10, you could play it with some calls. And if we come up to 10 and it finds resistance again, starts falling, you could play that with a quick short, in and out, get some quick bucks. But that's basically all I got for you guys. I gotta get back to my kids. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Have a good weekend and see you guys next time.